Disasters. They can take on many forms, but they all share one thing in common. They can strike anywhere and at any time. No one knows this better than the emergency response professionals around the country that are charged with protecting the public every day. When disaster strikes, managing the potential chaos of a major incident can be a challenge for even the most experienced agencies. To face this challenge, an interagency group led by CAL FIRE launched a new type of training course, the Advanced All Hazards Incident Management course, to bring calm to chaos.
AIM is a simulation-based exercise for incident management teams that will test them in the all hazards world.
We've designed this course to meet the needs not only of CAL FIRE, but the other disciplines in California and throughout the country.
Before AIM, other agencies were putting on training for their Type 1 teams, but it's very, very expensive and it was not cost effective.
The funding comes from the Department of Homeland Security. So this comes under the funding that includes terrorism.
It's designed to exercise incident management teams on all hazards, whether it's a wildland fire, or urban interface fire, a flood, a pandemic.
AIM provides a Type 1 complexity to the teams in the form of an exercise. And as an incident commander, it's something that we're always looking for.
This particular class has 3 simulations. Each of those have a various degree of complexity, and yet they're generic enough where we can insert additional hazards such as terrorism or fire.
The 3 different scenarios in this course are very valid to the day-to-day emergency operations of any portion of the country and are reflective of what FEMA is working through nowadays to get all the local responders up to speed.
We're taking teams that are primarily fire service to ask them to manage and bring forth good decisions, do it safely, and have good outcomes out the other end, which is highly complex and hard to do unless you have a chance to practice.
This course, we're working on the assumption that the students and the teams already have a team dynamic, and this class builds on that and challenges them with critical thinking exercises where their decisions are respectfully challenged. So they really have to justify their responses.
The students are hit with a lot of different challenges. They have to bring everything together during the exercises and doing group work to be able to come up with the solutions that the course is looking for.
Some courses are individual, and that's where you're developing an individual skill set, but the purpose of this course is to strengthen that interaction so that teams can be more successful when they take on any hazardous environment.
They are in a very compressed timeline. They get role players in that simulate the positions that they would see in the real world, and it gives them that one-on-one real-life simulation.
The way the students are evaluated in the course is both on their own individual performance, how do they do their own individual job, and then the team is evaluated on how did the team perform as a whole as well.
Evaluation for the AIM course has 3 coach mentors that are watching every action of the incident management team. We're looking for the correct procedures, making sure that they know what their job is, make sure that all the processes are followed.
In normal teaching, you just might get a perspective from one teacher, for example. We have multiple coaches, multiple teachers, multiple role players that bring all that different perspective into the scenarios. So throughout the week, the student's exposed to that, gets to learn from them, gets to hear their experiences, and then they can take that away later into a real-life scenario.
Normally our training is in a classroom environment. You are lectured at, and then you take that information, you take a test, and you go away and hopefully implement it. What we're learning here in ION at the AIMS class is to take some of those skills and immediately put them into effect.
I would recommend it. This makes you think outside your box and deal with an all-hazard incident that you may not be comfortable with. It definitely pushes your limits about what you do and how you do it.
I suspect after the AIM course is over, they will be glad for a good long weekend.
It's a phenomenal course that really opens your eyes to how we actually interact with other jurisdictions, how we as a team help other teams, how we can integrate the philosophies of all hazard.
You can tell the amount of work and effort that has gone into every detail, from the course presentations, the lectures, into the detail of the exercises.
AAIM is an excellent course to prepare our employees that are both on command teams and off.
And allows them basically in a very low risk environment to be exposed to different types of incidents, different challenges.
Really challenges them to think differently and think about, what am I missing? What are my strategies? What's my strategic thinking? How are my decisions upstream going to affect operations downstream?
They do that throughout the week. They start as a pretty rough team on Sunday, and by the time we're done on Friday, they're a well-oiled machine and working very well together.
I'm sure once the course is over, they'll reflect on it as one of the better experiences of their career.
Training is critical anywhere in the country, because these incidents don't occur every day. We don't get an opportunity to participate in a disaster every day, but when they occur, it's not the time to learn. The time to learn is now.